Guy riding a sled that had pieces of timber about that big, and then they had a gap, and then they had, I forget how wide it was, but you'd start a pile and stack it on there, and they had long metal, round metal
That's the dogs.
poles
Yeah. I'm gonna get me
that you
some
had
more.
when you got
Now my stomach's really gonna
when you
hurt.
got all you wanted in that pile, or however many the owner wanted in that pile. You'd take one of that metal stakes and you ram it in the ground through one of them.
Bales.
They were all attached up here, but they just drug free. And you'd have to make sure you didn't get your foot down in there. And still, the more hay you got on there, the steadier it was. But you'd have to ram that down in there and hold it and walk back till it had pulled that pile off that little sled.
Really?
And then you'd have to work up
I
deal
bet
out
you
of
would.
the
That
ground
sounds tough.
and run back up there and put it in a holder and grab the next bale which was coming out, falling, ready to fall on the deal.
You had to catch it and make it do all that. Wow.
So it was dealt over and over and over and over.
How many bales do you think that was? Was it like all day, a whole bunch of bales and stuff?
Yeah, I forget how many. We'd get
But it was a
How
lot.
many acres?
Yeah.
10 or 12 cents a bale. Back
Oh,
then,
wow.
that was good money.
Mm-hmm.
But
Him and his Aunt Myrtle could pick more cotton than anybody, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me about the
Yeah.
cotton.
my mother and daddy and me could pick a bale, a trailer full of cotton a day, just the three of us. I used to get at least 1,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh, a
He had
day?
to buy his school clothes and his books.
Oh wow.
So they had to go out.
Is that when you said it was like in the summer when they did, what
Yeah.
was it called?
No, that's when
Oh.
they went to Casa Grande.
Oh.
They went to see his Granny Freeney there then.
No, when I rode at Baylor and everything, I'd already been in the Army. And
Yeah, that's what you just said. I heard you. What you said. Tell her why your daddy put your car up on blocks.
Uh-oh. What'd you do, Daddy? Oh.
I was in the National Guard, and I went down there the night before we was gonna leave, and everybody was drinking and carrying on, and I got drunk, and Daddy had walked down the bar up there. It was after school, and I was walking down the sidewalk with somebody. He hollered at me and said, "Come here." I went over and he tossed me a set of keys, and he said, "There's your car. I just want it for you." It was an old
You really want it?
42
Yeah, he
42.
played pitch,
Oh
which
wow.
is cards. It's cards at the up there by the post office.
Wow. And it was a 42 what?
I don't remember whether, I think it was a Chevrolet.
I like Chevys.
Anyway, we were down there and we all got drunk down at Hobart. And somebody called him and told him, best I could figure out, somebody from Sentinel saw me down there drunk.
No,
Called my mother and daddy. Some way
they caught him and one of the girls in town in the cemetery necking.
Oh, no, that's a different story.
Oh. You don't want to tell me that
Yeah.
one. I want to hear both of these.
And anyway, if he didn't behave, his daddy just went out there, jacked up, put him on cinder blocks,
And
took the
throw it
wheels
away?
off, and he didn't dare put the wheels back on it.
Oh,
Take it
really?
out.
How long did he did he ground you from it?
Not very
We
long.
David did.
Ruby wouldn't let him.
Oh.
He was a
We took
mama.
our girlfriends
Yeah.
and went to Cordell, which was a county seat. And they had a bigger cemetery. Anyway, that one of the things they had going, the boys would take the girls parking. And a lot of times they'd go out in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You know, we had little square roads.
What is it with cemeteries when we were all teenagers?
And we went to Cordell, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And this friend of mine was driving, and he went to the cemetery and went back down in there and turned the lights off. And I don't know whether we was out there with the radio playing, dancing to the side or in front of the car or whatever.
Well, that's hard to believe. You don't like to dance.
I was gonna say, were you out there dancing, Daddy?
Slow dance.
There you go. What were the slow dances back?
Anyway, all of a sudden, here's
man.
cop cars with his
Oh,
lights going.
Oh crap.
And
Your grandpa told me a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took,
I'm loving it.
the cop took our driver's license away from us. We went up to his jailhouse, and he called everybody's parents. And they had to come up there and sign for the release of
Yeah.
us and the girl
All the
and
parents.
the other boy and his girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
They had to call them, and that was a big deal.
Yeah. How long
I
did you
know
get
the
grounded on
next
that
Sunday, I was going with the preacher's daughter.
one? The preacher's daughter. Really?
And,
Oh.
and next Sunday, the preacher
Oh boy.
preached on somebody like me. And I almost got up and walked out and waved goodbye and say, well, this is the last of my religion. But
They
I
were-
said,
they
You
were
should have
Church
stood up and went, Amen.
They were Church of Christ. So,
Oh wow. So he did the sermon on you, huh? Kinda. He did the sermon on you a bit.
yeah,
about you?
it was like what happened to me.
Yeah, he used that story.
Everybody knew what he was talking about.
Oh, that's even worse.
and he was very sensitive.
Oh boy.
Very sensitive. Even
Did
when
you
I
say
met him,
something to
he
him?
was very sensitive.
Yeah, I'd have been a little perturbed about that. I would have been, what the hell?
You
You could have at least told me first if you were going to do that, and so I wouldn't,
Yeah. I liked it when he left me to go back to Gwen, and he went all the way back to Dallas, and they went and got an apartment, and they moved in together, and they lived together a week, and he drove back down to where we lived at, and drove up into the apartment parking lot with her, and she just slid over by him, and I guess he thought I was gonna leave. I just walked over and put my elbow up into the door, into the window, stood there and talked to him.
Daddy was in the hot seat. He still looks like he's in the hot seat.
He didn't know what to do, so he just said, I guess we better go.
Oh, crap. Got yourself in
And
trouble,
about
Daddy.
a week later, he was begging Betty Kay to go over, because he would call me. I wouldn't answer it.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't answer it. And he said, please,
Aw.
go get her to talk to me. Then I took my dad's car and got a U-Haul trailer and moved him back down. I got in trouble for that because I wasn't. So